Greetings and salutations, everyone. I am, as always, darthdevious, here with another video review. This time, Robots in Disguise Arcee from Transformers Prime. It's not too bad. Got this from my friend Gus today at a Transformers meetup, TFW 2005 meetup. Because he actually got to town early, went to the Target my wife works in, and picked her up. And I said my wife had been looking for her there for me for weeks now. And he said, don't worry about it, dude, she's yours. So, thank you, Gus, as always. Great guy. I don't know what I'd do without you sometimes. So here's her tech specs, if you want to read them. Not too bad. You can see the back of the box here. Alright. Here's her bio if you want to read it. And pause it. Alright. The only thing is her blue is not as dark as it should be, but I really don't mind that. Her gun is a little large. I'm actually thinking of stealing guns from one or two other figures that I think would scale better with her. I just gotta find them. So that's it. I'm going to get her out of the package. We'll take a good look at her. And then I'll also compare her with the pink NYCC version, since I don't have the first edition blue version. So we'll just go by mold changes instead of colors. Alright? Be back in a few minutes. Okay, everyone, here's Arcee out of her package. Now, this is actually a few days after I've had her and I've had time to mess with her and, get her transformation down, things like that. And, yeah, you're going to notice I already went through and added paint details to her that were not there in the package. Pink on the rims. I did pink on her stripes and dry brushed them with silver to give her the look from the show. I painted the tailpipe. Pink on the rear rims. So yeah, I added some extra detail that I thought makes her stand out a little bit better, makes her look good. If you want to do that to yours, that's up to you. You want to leave her the way she is in the package, that's up to you. These are the weapons she comes with. This gun that is almost as long as her vehicle mode. That's ridiculous. This, however, is far more in scale with her body than the first edition version. Here, we'll bring in the first edition version that I have, which is from the NYCC set. As you can see, is a bigger, bulkier motorcycle. Same design, basically. They even transform in a very similar manner, but not quite the same. Yeah. But this one's blades are just ridiculously oversized. I mean, look at that. Here, we'll take this off. Or kickstand down. You can compare them. Look at that. This is just ridiculous. This is ridiculous. This is pretty good. I wish she came with two of these. It would have been perfect. But she didn't. Okay. So get this one out of here for now. Get this ridiculous blade out of here. Now you can take the blade, stick it on the bottom like a bayonet. Frankly, I don't give this to her. I'll show you why. In bot mode, it's just too oversized for her arm. You can attach each of the weapons to posts here on her front wheels. Like that. But really, yeah, that's kind of stupid. But still. Now, I know a lot of people are saying that the blue isn't dark enough. It really doesn't bother me. I know the actual first edition, not the NYCC one, had better blue. But it doesn't bother me. And I just think in robot mode, she has a more show accurate look than the NYCC version has. And she also has one or two little extra points of articulation I think the NYCC version is missing as well. So I'm going to get her transformed and we'll take a better look at her robot. Okay, so here's Arcee's robot mode, and I don't think it's too bad. You know, she doesn't have a waist joint. I can live with that. I did add more pink paint with a dry brush of silver over it for her crest and on the sides of her head. And here on her, above her wrists. Alright. The wings on her back are more accurate to the show, even though they are large. And she doesn't really have a backpack like this on the show. But still, it's not bad for the size of figure. Alright. She's got good articulation in her head. Let's see. Ooh. 360 at her shoulders. Ball joint in her elbow, so you can get a nice range of movement there. She has nice ball jointed wrists, so you can move them all around, which the first edition doesn't have. Good leg motion, nice knee, rotates at the upper thigh. Nothing in the feet, but that's okay. She's not so much out of scale with the other figures of the Prime line as the first edition was. Give me a minute and I will show a comparison of a few of them. Okay, so here we have the R.I.D. Arcee compared with the first edition mold. And as you can see, this one is a lot taller. This one actually does have a waist joint, so this one is better in that respect. There is nice articulation in the arms. These panels do get in the way simply because they're not accurate to the show. Her wings are supposed to be off her back, not off her shoulders. Still, it's not bad. It's not a bad representation of Arcee at all, but it does not scale well with a lot of the other R.I.D. line figures. Or even with some of the other first edition figures, for that matter. So, we're going to bring in a couple of those. I'll put her off to the side. I'll bring her back and just show you what I'm talking about. So we're going to bring in her former partner, Cliff Jumper. And see, she's about the same height, but he is a lot more bulky. Now I'm going to bring in Ratchet. Now Ratchet is out of scale with a lot of the other figures. He is small, I'll give him that, but he's still a fantastic figure. I don't care what anybody says. He's still my favorite of the line so far. So, we got those three. And Ratchet's, he's about the same height as them. But, nothing we can do about that. So, we're going to bring in the big guy himself. First edition Optimus Prime. And she scales really well with him. She's supposed to be nice and tiny compared to him, and yeah, he does tower over her. And he towers over everybody. He's supposed to. If you put up the first edition Arcee in there, You see, she towers over all the other Deluxes, and she comes up way too high on Optimus. And if I felt like bringing Bumblebee over, you would see that the first edition Arcee is taller than the first edition Bumblebee, and that just shouldn't be. So, yeah. I mean, I know it's hard to get first edition figures, and out of the R.I.D line, Cliffjumper and Bumblebee really are probably the lower end so far. Ratchet, Wheeljack, Soundwave, everybody seems to love. Arcee, she ranks up there with them. I actually have been having a lot of fun with this figure the last few days. So she's not bad. If you see her, get her. So now we're going to talk about her weapons and my issues with her weapons. So here's her blade. It's not bad. Does scale nicely with her. It's not hugely oversized like the first edition's blades are. I'd never even put them on her arms. This one I don't mind. Her gun, on the other hand. This monstrosity. Look at that. Now, you can do the whole thing where it's supposed to look like it transforms out of her arm. If that transforms out of her arm, this would have to transform out of half her body to be that big. Look at that. That is ridiculous for such a small robot. So yeah, this gun doesn't even get used. Most of the time I don't put the blade on her either. What I've done, bring them over here. These guns came off of Dark of the Moon Topspin. Okay? These fit nicely in her hand and give it a slightly better scale. Just give me a second here. Let's get them in her hand. Don't make a liar out of me. Thank you. I know they're not accurate to the show, but they scale with her better, and that is sometimes far more important, as you can see there. So, that's good. Now, so then, if you do something like that, you're going, but darthdevious, what are you going to do with her other weapons? Haha, I found somebody who will hold these nicely. And though he doesn't really need any extra weapons, he still looks awesome holding it. May I present to you Generations Warpath. You can slide this over his hand perfectly. Look at that. How cool is that? And on him, it works. Why? He's a big tank character. He's got a lot of bulk to him. That works. He can use a huge weapon like this. So, yeah. So, if you want to, give it to Warpath. Find another figure it fits. I put it in Ratchet's hand and he can hold it. It still looks oversized for him, but he can hold it. Cliffjumper can't hold it, sadly. And it would have been nice because it would have worked with his character more. I haven't tried Bumblebee or anyone else yet. I found it that it fit Warpath and it fit him so perfectly, I said, well, that's Warpath's gun now. So, that's about it for that. Get him out of here. So, in conclusion, should you get Arcee? Yes. A lot of people are saying, get the first edition, get the first edition. No. Get this. It won't cost you a lot. You can get it for retail price. If you have some skills with the paint, you can see how easily I gave her a more show accurate paint job. Alright? So yeah, get her. If you see her, get her. She's really fun to play with. Okay, that did sound bad, but you know what I mean. But yeah, she's a fun figure. She really is. So there you go. Till next time, all you out there, be good.